We seriously cannot just sit back and try to ignore how important and significant email marketing actually is. Now, let's start with the statistics. There's about 4.3 billion email users in the world, and this means that roughly about half of the people in the world has an email address. So, what does this tell you? You cannot afford to be running a business and not have an email marketing strategy to go along with it. Now, compared to social media platforms that keep changing algorithms, but with your email marketing, it's pretty straightforward. So, in this video, I'll be teaching you all the basics that you need to know about email marketing so you'll have a strong foundation for a successful journey that will last a very long time coming right up. So what's going on, my fellow marketeers? Welcome back to my channel. And for all you new marketeers, my name is Donnell R. Jones. And on this channel, I'm passionate about teaching people how to build a successful business utilizing top strategies and tips through email marketing. Now make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'll let you know how you can pretty much get instant access to my exclusive free masterclass training and my 7-step online business guide. And this is absolutely free. So how does one really become good at email marketing? Now I have to put this in 3 steps. First, you must build your email list. Second, you must maintain that email list. And third, you must push out valuable content to that email list. Now let's look at building your email list. There's basically one rule. Do not ever buy or rent an email list. This is one rule that we've got to focus on. When you buy those email lists, then you should be ready to struggle with terrible open rates, a bad image, and even as far as fines and sanctions for violating of privacy. So what do I do instead? Well, I was able to build my own email list by simply creating free giveaways on certain topics that individuals search for. Now, these topics could be something like how to lose weight in 1 week or how to start a business. But the goal is to simply offer something they would consider valuable, and in return, they'll give you their email address. Now, while creating websites, some services would actually give you an opportunity to have a pop-up to collect email addresses in addition to your landing page. Now, you can have this pop-up when a visitor has stayed on your site for, quite a while. And if you run a business that involves ordering, whenever they make a purchase, make sure you have them to opt in to put in their email address. And why is that? Well, when your customer opt in, it's an indication that they're interested in what you have to say to them. And this also ensures that you're not infringing on any privacy policies set up by email service providers as well as the government. And doing a double opt-in that requires them to check the email and confirm their registration is also a very good strategy as well, because this way they don't provide fake email addresses, and also it is familiar with your messages. And the way you could choose to build your email list would determine how your journey to success would be. But then maintaining your email list is just as important as building it. And what this entails is that you'll occasionally go through your email list and do some spring cleaning and take out email addresses that never opened your emails. You also want to make sure that you do this at least every 6 to 12 months. You might ask, well, what could go wrong with the person not opening my email? Well, sometimes email services actually uses an algorithm that checks engagement rate. And the more emails you send that aren't getting opened, the more likely your emails will begin to get flagged as spam. Now, does this make sense now? But however, you can easily overcome this and get better deliverability with your emails. Since 2010, there's been a steady increase in the return on investment from email marketing. And why has this been so? Well, things like email segmentation have come to the stage to make it easier to group subscribers into even smaller groups. And this means that you can now, have them grouped according to specific interests as well as demographics. But the more superior method is the use of behavioral segmentation. Now, this involves using their history of their interaction with your brand to group them. Now, you can understand why like a whopping 77% of the returns of email marketing stems from segmentations and campaigns which are both targeted and triggered. And when you segment, Your audience knows that they're getting content that is specifically aligned to their respective interest. In our final step, this involves sending emails that have considerable value. Think about it. On an average office worker would receive about 120 emails daily. Now, this is quite a lot. And out of that 120 they get, about 40 are business emails that they have to respond to almost immediately. So what happens to the other 80 emails? This is why your email has to stand out in terms of the value that you're offering. Your audience must consider it important enough to give it some priority and some of their attention. And businesses that use their customers' past behavior to make recommendations take into consideration what their customers like, and that's why their audience will always want to open their emails. One tip I found that works for you: to always mention to your audience the exact thing that they love about the recommendation and the association they've had with the past experience that you're comparing with. For example, if you want to offer value, it has to start right from your subject line. Your subject line can tell your audience whether they should bother opening the email in the first place. In less than 50 characters, let them know what they're about to get without giving it all away. And this should get their curiosity and their interest peaked. But please do not clickbait. No one likes that. Offer what you're actually claiming in your subject line. You can also decide to make use of pre-headers, and they're the very first words that get seen in the inbox. And most of the email services allows you to include pre-headers so that you won't have to alter the body of your email. A/B testing of your subject lines will make sure every email teaches you how to go about your very next email. Now that your messages have been delivered and your subject line and pre-header have got your audience itching, what's the next thing to do? All right, creating an email copy that would dominate has to be in a video of its own. But until then, here's some quick tips that'll help you. First, keep your text as simple and as neat as possible, with the main point at the top. Use of short sentences and use sufficient paragraph breaks. You can move those bulky pieces of content to your blog post. And second, ensure you're writing for your audience. This is where the segmentation that we mentioned earlier would actually come in handy. And third, your writing style should be as friendly as possible and should come in as a one-on-one delivery. And when this is done, not only do you actually treat them as a personal friend, you also prevent your emails from being flagged as spam. And for spam, you should actually do a spam test before you send out the email. You can use any of the spam checkers that are actually available online, and it's free. And with just a few adjustments, you can make sure your emails are much better. Now, for email marketing, valuable content going out into the right format and style, and the people who want to receive them will contribute to you getting a successful campaign and over a prolonged period of time. Now, I know this training was just skimming the surface on email marketing. So just as I promised, click the link in the description and sign up for my free masterclass. Now, in this live training, you'll get a more in-depth look at how to pretty much build a high profitable email list by one of the top internet earners. And now he's going to share all of the secrets with you. And also, once you register, check your email and download your free copy of my Passions, the Profits, and 7 Steps guide. It's a 7-step process on how to build an online business and start making money right away so you can have the time and freedom that you've always wanted. Make sure you take advantage of these free bonuses because I don't know how long they're going to be around. All right. Well, my fellow marketeers, I appreciate you watching this video. Smash that like button if you got value out of this video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest content. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Daniel R. Jones, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. All right, guys. Take care.